Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning. We want to do what they call it lab 1, the first lab. This one will teach you how to create a new project in OMNET. Okay, what are the 3 files, what are the needed files type that you need to create, and how to create your first task, you know, the task 1, 2 and 3. Okay. So to create, firstly you need to create your workspace for this subject. That means you need to create one folder to put all your work inside it. Okay, to do that, go to file, switch workspace, go to others, click here. When you browse here, go to the home directory, you know, choose the home directory. Now this is my home directory. Don't use a desktop, go to the home directory, create a folder for yourself. For example, I'm going to create a folder, this subject with the name EKT 440, isn't it here? So I will create this one, and now I can use it. Okay, after that you just go OK, another OK, and this one will restart the OMNET to open the workspace for yourself. That means this folder is belong to you. So what I recommend that the name the folder by your matrix number. If you are using the laboratory, the lab PC, so other people they come and don't delete that. Okay. Now this is how it works. For me, I'm going to use my own directory. My own directory I already created there and it is working. Am I right? Okay, yeah. So now this is our workspace. Am I right? In the workspace, here is supposed to be empty, but this one because I have created this project before. Am I right? So now I will create a new project. To create a new project, go for File, New, OMNET project. Okay, give it a name. Let's say this is our lab 01. Okay. Next, choose an empty project and finish. Nothing else. So now this is your the lab that the project that we created just now. Am I right? Inside the project, okay, we need to create one folder to put all our data inside the project, all our source files, because in OMNET we have 3 types of files. We have INI file, NED file, and source file, not folder. Okay, so we have a source file. This is a C++ file code. We have the other one, NED, or we call it network description file. This one is something like a GUI, graphical user interface, for the source file, the CC file. And then we have the INI file there where we put all the parameters to configure the network. Okay, so now just go here and create a new folder. New what? Folder. Go new folder. Okay, give it a name like SRC, referring to source, and finish that. So now we have a source here folder where we put our file. Normally inside the source folder we put 2 types, the NED and the source file. NED and the C++ file. Am I right? So now let's talk about what we want to do. We want to create a TikTok. TikTok means we have one node, one host, okay, that create a message at the beginning, send this message to another host. That host, when it receives the message, send it back to what? To the first host, and so on. So it become like what? Bing bong. Am I right? That is why they call it TikTok. You get it? Okay. So now let's describe our protocol. To create this one, we need to know how the things work inside. Am I right? So in the CC file, we need to tell exactly the model what to do. What to do, am I right? Okay. Firstly, when we initialize, that means when we start the simulation, am I right? When we are running that file. So when we are running that file, firstly we need to create the first message, am I right? And then after that, send it out. Because it is something like this. Okay, imagine that the source file too is describing what they call it, an entity or an object. This is the object. Okay, this is an object. This one is controlled by the CC file, by the what? The C++ file. Okay, how the CC+ file control this one? Okay, control it. Let just for a simplicity, we just describe three operations. Three operations. The first operation, when I create the file. When I create the what? The object. We call it object. We call it what? Object. When I create the object. So when I create the object, that means I create my first host, am I right? So what I want that host to do when I create it? To start sending the data, am I right? Okay? The second operation, this is the first operation, when I create the object. The second operation, whenever a message arrives to the object. Because the object too will communicate to another object, am I right? From the same time. So that means the things could arrive here because we have sending a message, am I right? So the message will go from this place to another place. When that message come in, will be given to another operation. Another what? Operation or method. Okay, the first one, this one we call it initialize. Okay, this one we call it handle message. Okay, so handle message will be given what? Will be given the message that arrived, am I right? So the message that arrived will be received as an argument inside handle message. Okay? Then inside handle message too, we should write a C++ code to tell what to do with that message. You get that? So that means handle message will receive a message, am I right? So inside the message too, we should write what? Okay, what to do with that message that we just received. Because we receive a message. Betul? You faham tak? Sikit-sikit. Okay. This is the object. This is a simulation for a BC. For what? For a BC. BC in a network. Okay? All of them, they have the same specification. Get that? Okay. This BC, okay, because I'm not, when you run the simulation, I'm not going to sit there and start running the video, am I right? Tak boleh. When you run the simulation run by itself, am I right? So you are not going to sit inside the simulation and start opening the application inside. So when you run the BC, when you create the BC, you need to tell the BC what to do. Okay, we need that BC to start sending data. Sending what? Data. Sending data out. So to tell the BC what to do when it is just started up, we need to use one method. That method we call it initialize. So inside initialize, this one will run when we start the BC, am I right? Okay? This BC is connected to a network, am I right? That means, of course, I want the data to go and come back between the BCs, am I right? Betul? So when the data arrive to the BC, okay, who will take care of that? Handle message. Now we get it, am I right? So now we have 1, 2. And the last one, we call it finish. We call it what? Finish. Finish will run at the end of the simulation time. So finish will run at the what? At the end of the simulation time. You get that? Okay, so now we have initialize. This is to tell the BC what to do, am I right? Handle message. This is to tell the object what to do with the incoming message. Am I right? Okay. And the last one is what? Finish. This one will run once at the end of the simulation. Can you tell me what is it good for? Finish. Okay. We run the simulation to do what? To analyze. Am I right? To do analysis. When we do the analysis, we need at the end of the day to do what? Collect the data. Am I right? Third. When you go to the lab, the electronic lab, you run experiment. Am I right? At the end of the experiment, you do what? You do the analysis. Am I right? You get right the numbers, what you get, how many ohm. Am I right? Third. So finish is to do what? Is to do the analysis. Am I right? Is to collect the data, to collect the what? The statistic that you create. Okay. Example: how many message I receive for the whole simulation time. Am I right? Betul. What is the delay? The delay for each message every time. What? At the end of the simulation. Am I right? What is the biggest delay? What is the lowest delay? What is the average delay? Betul. You get that? How many message I send out? Betul. So this is where I get these things at the finish. At what? Finish. We record them. Then we record what we want to record from inside the what? The variable that inside. So now to write all these things, okay, here we agree that this one we run at the beginning or at the what? At the creation of this object, of the what? Of the object. You get that? Object 2 is 1 BC, am I right? Good. Okay. Handle message. Normally the object 2, okay, have gate. They have what? Gate. You know gate? Pin 2. Okay. The gate has only one direction. Until now we work with one direction gate. We can make it 2 direction, but now we only one direction. So either input gate or output gate. So this gate is to go out. Am I right? That gate is to go in. So if I want to send, if this one here, I want to send it outside. So I will put my message to which gate? The in gate or the out gate? Let's say this is one gate in, and this is one gate what? Out. Okay? So now I received the message. I should send it out, am I right? So what should I do? Take the message and put it into this gate, am I right? When I receive the message, I will receive it from what? This gate. So this gate, when receive message, will give it to what? And this message. You get that? So now clear what we want to do, am I right? Okay, now let's see how we write this code inside C++. Okay, so now to create this one, I need to create firstly the what? This file, am I right? We call it the C++ file. To create the source C++ file, we call it the source file. So I right click in my source folder here, go to new and create the source file. Source file. Okay? This source file is describing something, we call it the generator. We call it what? Generator. So I will give it the name GEN. As abbreviation for generator, GEN.cc. You get that? .cc is to describe this is a CC++, am I right? Okay, so now I call finish. Just go to finish. Now inside here, I need to write what? My code. Okay, the code for the C or the C class. Okay, we can divide it into two places. So it is constructed like this. Okay, this is the C.cc file. The header and the body. Okay, the header where I do hash include. You remember hash include from the C class EKT 120. Hash include. Remember this one? EKT 120. You get that? So now we have this one here to import the library that we want to use inside this code. Am I right? You get that? Remember when you do printf? Okay, printf is under which library? Studio. Remember now? Standard input output, stdio. .h. Remember this one? So printf is under this library, am I right? So now we need to use the library, the function that belong to OMNET. Belong to what? OMNET. So I need to include the OMNET what? Library. To include the OMNET library, normally I add it here. Hash include the OMNET library. Okay? Then I will start creating a class. Creating what? Class. The syntax is like this one. You write the word class. Okay? The name of the class. Okay? The accessibility of the class, like public. Here we will do public. Okay? And then what this class from which type? Because this class here is extending. It's a baby for another class, we call it C symbol model. The one that we want to create. Okay? The class start and end with this type of bracket. You get that? Then after that you need to do something we call define module. Define underscore model. And here you write the name of the class again. So whatever name you write here, you need to write it what? Here again. You get that? Okay. The class has parameter, or we call it characteristic. Okay. And operation method. And what? Operation. We call them method. So if you want to know what class is, okay. Let's say we want to create a class for human. For what? Human. Okay. Just stop human. I want to create class for woman, not woman, not human. Woman only woman. Okay. So woman, they have characteristic. Am I right? When I said class, I said the cluster characteristic that describe the whole woman. Look, each woman must have what? Name. Betul? Must have color. Has age. Betul? Has color of eyes. Betul? So these are the parameters that describe the woman. Describe the what? Woman. You get that? So now let's say we want to create a class for a woman. The class for a woman do what are the properties that inside there? Name, hair color, age. Am I right? You get that? So this is the characteristic. The other thing is we call them the method or the operation that the woman can do. Woman can do what? Okay, just beside that that characteristic, let's add one characteristic. We call it the position. Position tempat yang sekarang duduk, am I right? Where you staying right now. Betul? So you have a position that got X and Y. Betul? Now let's create this is the characteristic. The method, these are the operation that the woman can do. Operation. Some action that could be or something that could be done by the woman. Am I right? So the woman can do what? Can eat. Betul? Can move, walk. Betul? Can sleep. Betul? Okay. When you do the operation, the operation too, you need to tell what this operation change in the characteristic. You get that? So that means when the woman perform any one of the operation, this one will affect on the value of the characteristic. So now we said the woman all woman has age, okay, weight, position. You get that? Okay. All women can do what? can walk, sleep, eat. Okay? Normally to differentiate, this is a method, am I right? So we write this one. This is because it's just a parameter, it is something like that, am I right? You get that? So now this is a class that describes a woman. You get this? Okay. So now the woman age, this one is a class. That means it is a template to create a woman. Am I right? You get that? It is a template to create one woman. So if I take this template and create you, look, what's your name? Yeah, huh? Amira. So I take this template to create Amira. So I put something inside and I put it like this. Pop, Amira will come out. Am I right? You get that? So now this is Amira. Amira has an age, am I right? But the age now get a value. You get that? So now I create Amira. Now I created Amira. Okay? Amira to Amira dot age must have a value, am I right? What is the age of you? 19. Betul ke tak tahu? I don't know lah. Okay, the weight, Amira must have weight, am I right? 41 lah. Position. Position of Amira now is, let's say, X and Y, am I right? So 3 boy and 4. You get that? So now this is the characteristic of Amira currently, am I right? Amira, now I want to do what? Amira dot eat. Am I right? Betul. But Amira, when she eat, this one will change what? Change the weight, am I right? So that means the weight inside Amira now is not becoming, because now before Amira eat, the weight is like this, am I right? But after Amira eat, if I ask it what is the weight right now, the weight should be what? Different, am I right? It's equal to, let's say, 42. You get that, am I right? So when Amira eat, the weight now becomes different. Betul? Okay. So now to describe how the weight change, we need to write it inside the class. Inside the class. So that means inside the class here. Inside the class here. Now this is, we declare the variable and the method that we have. So let's say we tell how the method eat works. So I write here eat. Okay, and how it works here. How it works, it will change the weight, am I right? Weight is become what? Weight plus 1, am I right? So how to do that in C? Plus. So now if I call Amira eat 5 times and check what is the weight will become what? 46, am I right? Because every time I call the function weight, the weight will increase by 1. So now if I call the function sleep, this one will affect this one, am I right? Okay. So do our class here. So now Amira in the programming we call it object. We call it what? Object. Woman we call it what? Class. Okay. Woman is a baby class, is a child class from another class, we call it human. We call it what? Human. Okay. All human, okay, they share a common characteristic like name, age. Am I right? But it may work differently between woman and man. Because now we said when the woman eat, the weight increase by 1, am I right? Okay, let's say we create another one for man. Okay? not increase by 1, increase by 2. So when I eat, I increase by 2k lah. When the woman eat, increase by 1k. So man, they are differently changing. You get that? Okay. But both of them from human, am I right? Let's say how to declare human. When the human eat, it will do something else, am I right? Okay, let's say we have man, woman, and we have something else lah. Let's say child or kid. You get that? So now this is the relation between the classes, between the what? Classes and object. This is just introduction to something we call it OOP, Object Oriented Programming. You get that? Some of you study that, some of you not. Betul? I think the people who come from diploma or something like this, they study that. Betul? But the one who go for degree directly, no. Who study object oriented programming before this? You like yourself? Come on. Okay. Anyway, now we need. This is our how we object oriented working. Am I right? You just get a general idea. Am I right? We are not going any deeper. Just that's it. Okay. Our class here will do it. We have 3 functions. Am I right? Initialize, handle message, and finish. Do we have any characteristic here? Until now, no, am I right? Okay. But when we walk one by one, the characteristic will increase. Tambah, one day by day will increase one by one. So now our class, the name of our class, what? Generator, am I right? Inside generator, we need to tell what to do when we initialize. Okay, so when we initialize, that means when we just create the object, am I right? We created Amira. Amira took for woman. Our class is described in a BC. So that I created this BC, am I right? Betul? You get that? So now when the object created, the first method we run is the method what? Initialize. Okay, so when you create the generator just now, what you should do? Create the first message, am I right? Because kalau if we didn't create it that time, it will never be created, am I right? Good. So we create the first message, and after we create it, we do what? Send it out. Okay. So now we create the first message and we send it out. So now I need to have one function with the name initialize. Let's see how to write that. Okay. Now we need to create our first what do you call it? First how to create the class here? Hash include OMNET pp.h. This is the name of the library of OMNET. Okay. Our class, we said we write the name class. Okay, just make ourselves write it. The name of the class, I will give it the name GEN. This class is a public class. This is the access type and is implementing or inheriting the function of the parent. The parent of this class is C symbol module. You get that? Now this is the class start here. This is the head of the class. It start here and end here. So here where we declare what are the properties and what are the methods that we have. Am I right? Okay. After that we need to do define module. This define module we write the name of the class. The class here is the name what? GEN. Okay. Then after that the body of the function. Am I right? So like the function each here, how it works, we write it down there. You get that? Okay. So now let's just have the 3 function. The initialize function, and then what? Handle message and finish. Okay. I'm just going to write them from here. They are very simple here. These are them. Okay, this is my 3 function. Protected. Firstly, this is the access type. This is protected. This is the access type. Access, that means how this method could be accessed from other object. Is it possible to access be accessed from other object or not? Okay, so the first function, this is how we write it. Virtual, that means has something to do with the GUI. Void means retains nothing, am I right? And this is the name of the function. When the between the bracket is empty, that means we have no argument, am I right? Okay, normally initialize with created the first time with no argument. You get that? Okay, the second one, virtual void, now we know what that is. Handle message, this is the name of the function, am I right? And this is the argument. This is what? Argument. That means this function, when it will be called, we must give it something, am I right? Because handle message, we said, will be called whenever we receive a message, am I right? So the message that we receive, we give it as an argument, am I right? So then when we need to talk about the message, this is the message that we are talking about. Finish will be called at the end of the simulation, and this one is just to collect result and statistic. You get that? Clear? Okay, now how to write our, or how to the word handle message, initialize and finish. You get that? Okay. This is the syntax is like this. So the first one is well, let's write void initialize. This is the function. You remember this one, same like C, am I right? But the difference is here, because we are talking about classing, here we need to add the class name GEN, and we have to add these two dots. You get that? So this is how to write the function inside the class. That means the function initializes belong to the class what? GEN, and it retains nothing, void. The second function is void GEN now and handle message. This one has a one argument from the type C message. Okay, and it is a pointer of message, am I right? It's a pointer. Okay, the last function is finish. So it's void belong to GN and the name is finish. Okay, so now this is our three functions. To tell what they do, we write it here. We said at initialize, we just create a message and we send it out, am I right? So now to create an object, to create a mirror just now from the type woman, we created, remember in the C++, if you want to create, remember this one, yes, I write here, int x. Remember this one? This one we create what? Variable name x and what type? Integer. Okay, so now I want to create one object like x. So x an object, am I right? That x, that is a message, am I right? I will create one message from the type C message. So how to create that? The type name C message. Okay, same like this one. Same like this one. This is the one that I want to create. Okay, I can give it any name. I can give it what? Any name. Here, but make sure it is a pointer, huh? What? Halim. Amira lah. Okay, so now our message username what? Amira. You get that? Now when I create the integer x here, I will add equal to 3, am I right? That the value of x is equal to 3, am I right? Now what is the value of Amira? Many things, am I right? Not only one thing, many things, am I right? Okay, so to create Amira and initialize Amira, we need to use something we call it constructor. Constructor, that means, okay, we choose which parameter to initialize first. For this C message, we have instructor that will just give a name to the message. You get that? We'll give a name to the message. So I need to initialize this one by new. This is how we initialize. The name of the type name, C message. Okay, and this is what we inside the constructor. So this is, we call it constructor. So now we construct, or we create a new message with the variable name is Amira, right? Okay, and just we create empty message. If we want to give a name inside that message, we can put it inside here as a string like this, Amira. Okay, you get that? So now we create the message, right? We need to send the message what? Out. Okay, to send the message out, we use one of the function that inside this class, C symbol module. Because I said this one is the baby of that one, am I right? So that means if woman is the baby of human, that means everything the human can do, woman can do or not? Can, am I right? So because this is a child class from C symbol module, that means can do anything under C symbol module. So I just send it out. Send the message. So send the name of the gate and then the message. So when I click here, control space tab space, okay, will give me the hint. What are the arguments that I should put inside what? Send. Okay, the argument could be many of them. Like this one here, give it the message and the get ID. Okay, this one is the message and the get name. Message and the get name and the get at the what object. So I will just use something like this one. This is the message that I just created, am I right? And here the get name as a what? At the name only. At the name is string, am I right? So I will use the message that I created just now is the name what? Amira. Okay? And the get name is, we can give it any name. Just let it stick to the name out. Okay? So now we finish from the what? Initialize, am I right? Initialize. This initialize is working for any BC that I created, am I right? You get that? Betul? Understand or not? Clear, am I right? So the second step is what to do inside handle message. Inside handle message, okay, inside handle message, I said whenever I receive message, what I should do? Send it out, am I right? So do not think, just send it out. Betul? So now this is the message I received. Betul, am I right? So what should I do inside here? Send it out. So I will do send the same message. The message now I receive, what is the name? Okay, look here. This one is inside initialize, am I right? Here the message that I receive, where is it? This one. Remember, this is the name of the type, am I right? C message. This is the name of the variable, am I right? So the message I received is this one, am I right? Betul? So what should I do? Send it out. So now if I want to send it out, what is the name of the message? Amira or message? Now you know the difference, am I right? Okay, so the message that I will send it out, message. To what gate? Out. Now I send it out. Clear, am I right? Okay, now let's add some statistic. Am I right? Because we normally do simulation to do statistic, am I right? Collect statistic. Statistic like what? How many message I send out and how many message I receive. Betul? So how to do that? We need to create a counter, am I right? Okay, create one variable, give it the name, how many message I send, and another variable, how many message I receive. Okay, so the properties, if I want to create the properties, where should I put it? Create it here, or here? Remember, the characteristic of Amira is inside the class, am I right? Like age. The age that should be changed inside it, am I right? So now I need to create one variable or two variables. One to tell me how many message I send, and the another one to tell me how many message I receive. Okay? To create that, we need to create it like a properties for the class. Here. So just create it private variable, and they are integer, am I right? So how many message I receive, and in another integer send. Clear? Okay. Now at initialize, I need to initialize them because they are counters. They are counter. I cannot start like this. I need to give them the various value. Am I right? So the various value for receive is how much, and for send is how much? 0. It's very clear because it's counter. Every time must tambah. Betul? Where I add that? Here or initialize? Initialize. Okay. So now inside initialize, I will do it. Just I said RCV is equal to 0 and send is equal to. Clear? Am I right? Okay. Now every time I send a message, I need to go and plus 1. Am I right? Plus. So where did I send the message? I send a message here and here, am I right? Okay, so when I send a message, just tambah 1 send plus, and this one here send plus. Betul? So now I create this one will tell me how many message I send. Okay, how many message I receive? Where should I put it? Whenever I receive a message, am I right? Where did I receive a message? Handle message, am I right? Here. Because we said whenever we receive a message, it come here, am I right? So handle message, inside handle message. So inside handle message, I should add here receive plus. Any place else? Ada tambahan lain? Tada. Okay, so now to collect the statistic, I will collect the statistic inside finish here. Okay, now we just use a symbol function inside C symbol module. We call it record scalar. Okay, record scalar is a function. We record the scalar, has 2 arguments. The first argument is the name that will be displayed at the output. Okay, like number of sent. Let's say bucket sent. Just message. I want to write message here, not bucket, because we are sending message, not bucket. Am I right? Okay. So, and the second one, the variable that hold the number. Am I right? So the variable here, which one? Send or receive? Send. Am I right? So this one will just give me the value of that one. So that this is the name will be displayed, and this is the value that will be displayed. Am I right? Okay. Record another scalar. Okay. Now number of message received and here what? Save. I think this one record scalar. Okay, clear? Am I right? So now we create the CC file. The CC file, this is the hardest one to do. because you need to write code here too much. Okay, now this is the protocol is just dingling a bucket. Am I right? What if I want to write something like physical layer protocol? Am I right? It will become very big one. Am I right? Okay, what if I want to write a MAC protocol or something like that? Now the things will become little bit difficult, not easy. You get that? Okay, so now I want to create one NED for this file, okay, that is, the NED, inside the NED now I what do you call it, how many gates do I have here? Okay, when I create the NED file or the graphical user interface for this CC file, okay, I need to tell inside the NED like something like how many gates do I have, what is the name of the gate, if I have any parameter that I want to add from outside, okay, variable that I want to change the number from the INI file, I want to put them there. Okay, now for this one I just use the gate. Am I right? Betul. So now the gate, what is the gate that I must put there? Out. So I must have the name out here. So now here I will create new NED file, this one. Okay, I will give it the name same like the class name, GEN. It is not necessary, but you need to, because we need to link them. Am I right? Now next, you choose NED with one item. Okay, the item that we are doing right now, because this one is described as C symbol module. Am I right? Not a network. So we should choose C symbol model. Okay, that means it is representing a class. It is representing what? C symbol module, and the name of that class is this one. So this one here must have the same name like the class name. This one here. You get that? So if you write any name here not same like the class name, you will get in trouble. Don't do that. Okay, make sure the small, capital small is very sensitive. Okay, next, nothing else to do. Finish. So now this is my NED file, this is the GUI of that, and this is the source code of that. Okay, so now I want to create the gate. Am I right? So I go inside C symbol module here, this is the right here, and I write the word gates. I have one input gate and one output gate. Am I right? So the input in and output gate, give it the name what? Out. Clear? So now we create our what? Class, our template. Am I right? So now we need to create a network. So now this one finish. Okay, so now I create what? The thing that I need to use inside my network. Am I right? Inside the network now I have what? Just this generator and another one, and just link them. Betul? Anything else I need? No lah. Betul? So now to do that one, now I created all the things that I needed inside my network. Am I right? So now I go create a network and use a template to create two objects. Am I right? To one Amira, one Hassan. You get that? Because my template now is GEN and just now created. Am I right? So I use that template to create two objects. So now I create new network. Network is NED type, NED file. Okay, you can give it any name like network 1 or any network name. Net 01. Next, NED file is one item. The item now is a network, not a C symbol module. Am I right? Betul? So now finish, nothing else. Now this is my network. In my network now I take the template, I letak one node and another node. Am I right? If I have 5, I letak 5. But I make sure the code inside the CC can work for the 5 of them. Am I right? Otherwise it won't work. Right? So this is my template here. Betul? So take it, letak satu, take, letak another one. The first one I will give it the name what? BC1. The second one is BC2. Okay, so now I will connect them. Am I right? How to connect? Remember, BC1 has 2 gates, in and out. BC2 has 2 gates. Am I right? In and out. So in this one to out and into out. You get it? Am I right? So you cannot click into in and in out to out. So now I connect. Take the connector. I connect from in here to out here, and from this one to this one. Boleh? So now this is my connector. Finish. Now I create my network and connect the people. Am I right? Now I need to run this file. I need to create the INI file. So to create the INI file, I create a new file. New INI file. Okay. Just leave the name as it is. Empty INI file. Now here I need to tell this INI to run which network. Am I right? How many network I have here? What is the name of that network? NAT01. Am I right? So I go here, browse, and share that one. Where is it? This one. Am I right? Okay. Finish. So now my simulation is ready to run. To run the simulation, I go to the INI file that I just created. Right click here. Go to run as an OMNET simulation. Okay. Yes. Save any change if you have any problem here. I think we didn't build it. So to build it, we need to do Control B. Okay. If there is any problem, will come out here. So here I said there is a problem here. Message here is message, not massage. Am I right? Okay. So Control B for book to build it again. So now we don't have problem, right? We go run again. Right click, run as OMNET simulation. Here it is. So now run. Oh, very fast. I can slow it down. So the message Amira is coming out, am I right? And coming in, and so on, so forth. Am I right? That's it. You get that? Okay, so now let's run for a longer time. Faster, whatever. So then you stop. I need to collect my result. I will close this one and call finish. Call what? Finish. This one we call it finish. Finish. Call finish. Yes. That means I stop. Am I right? After that I cannot run. When I call finish, a new file here with the folder with the name result will be created. This one. Look. Just now when we create, there is no file name, folder name result. Am I right? So it is created automatically or auto generated. Inside that one we have the scalars that we just create them. So if I open that one, just do finish here and go for browse data. This one we do first. We create a scalar. Am I right? Because just now we write the function record the scale. Am I right? So we create a scalar, not a vector. So we go for the scalar. The scalar, what is the name of the scalar? Number of message sent. Am I right? Number of message received. Number of message sent and number of message received. Why we have two? Because we have two BC. Each one have number of message sent and one received. The value here it is. So where did that number come from? The variable name RCV. Am I right? Because this no SA and T send. This one RCV. Now you get that? Clear? Betul? Okay, so until now I think it is very easy, but later on the things will become difficult one by one. So now what I suggest you, just go on and follow the lab and try to solve it. If you have any problem, come and ask. Clear? Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.